it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to our TBR game. This is the TBR Pitcher. If you have not watched any of my TBR videos, there's only one. I will link my January TBR game video below so you can get a general idea of the rules. It's super self-explanatory. I've got a pitcher. There are prompts written in here, and I choose 5 to 10 prompts from the pitcher and choose books off my shelf that I haven't read yet to read this month. There are only a couple of rules. If I do not finish my TBR in a month, I do need to unhaul one of the books. So far, that's going to be super easy for January because I DNF'd a book, did not like it, and I was intending to unhaul it anyways. So, that being said, January is not over yet, so I can't tell y'all like every book that I read. I will do a full wrap up, but I do anticipate, it's the 28th today, so I anticipate reading a couple more. But I have read 17 books, and I only chose 5 out of the prompt jar, so I think we're going to up it for February. I think we're going to go with 7 and see how that goes. I still like giving myself some space to mood read or read other things that come up, but I think we can do a few more pitcher prompts. So we're gonna go with 7 this month. Only other rule is that I have to find books on my physical TBR first, so the shelves behind me. If I can't find something there, then I can use the library, Kindle Unlimited, anything like that. The last thing that I can do is purchase new books. So my TBR is about 30 books. My physical TBR, I don't keep a ton of physical books unread in my house. I try not to. So I'm sitting at about 30 right now. I did purchase 2 books in January, but I also read both of them in January, so it hasn't really gotten any bigger. So pretty happy with that. We're going to try and read it down a little bit in February. So let's get into the prompts for February. Alright, so first prompt for February. We have favorite author, starting off on a good note. Can y'all see that? Oh, it's very blurry. There we go. Alright, so favorite author. I already know exactly what I want to read for this, so let me go grab it for you. The first book I'm going to read in February is You'll Be the Death of Me. This is by Karen McManus, who is my favorite young adult thriller author. And this follows 3 characters, Ivy, Mateo, and Cal, and they all go to the same high school. They're all very different types of people, but they all end up skipping school on the same day. And the day that they happen to skip school, they witness the murder of another student who happens to be connected to all of them. Definitely getting the same vibes that I did with One of Us is Lying. So I'm really interested to see how this one's going to be different from that one because they do sound so similar. But I absolutely love Karen McManus's writing style. I love her characters and just the way that she tells this exciting thriller story. So I'm super, super excited for this one. That is a fantastic start to this TBR video. All right, book number 2. Okay, TBR Vet. So this is something that has been on my TBR for a long time. I put all of my physical TBR into Goodreads on the same day, so I can't use that to see what's been on there the longest. But I'm going to go browse for a minute and see what I think has been there a pretty long time. This book actually glared at me when I looked at it. It might have been on my shelf the longest. It's pretty close. I got this book for Christmas, not this past Christmas, but the one before it, from my mom, and still have not read it. And I generally don't keep books that long without reading them, so I feel real bad about this one. But that is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I do have the whole series. She bought me the entire series, and I haven't even started it yet. So we have to give this one a shot. All I know about it is it's like a futuristic, almost dystopian type of thing. We've got like a world with no hunger, no disease, no war, all that fun stuff. And they've even conquered death. So we've got like these scythe people that are the only ones who can end life. And they have to do it to keep like population control. So we've got 2 characters who are chosen to apprentice to a scythe. They don't want to, but they have to master the art of taking life. So I'm interested. I actually just had 2 different students in my classes tell me that they've recently read this and that they really liked it and that I would also really like it, so it's time. We definitely need to get this one read. But this is why I don't do too many books on my TBR, because this is a trilogy, so if I like the first book, I'm gonna want to finish them all. I don't like to wait months in between reading sequels. Alright, first 2 books are down. 5 more to go. Cool. Alright, next prompt. Oop, that's also 2 prompts. Sticky notes is probably not the best option. They stick together too much. Alright, next prompt is highest rated. Okay, so this is where Goodreads comes in. So I put all of my physical TBR into Goodreads. So we are going to go sort it by average rating. Alright, so here's what we got. We've got Kingdom of Ash, which I can't read yet because I haven't read. I'm on, like, I still need to read 2 books before I can read Kingdom of Ash. But the next one is A Shadow in the Ember, which I have been wanting to read, and I kept telling myself I was going to do it. Alright, let me go grab it. I was supposed to read this over winter break, but that did not happen. Time got away from me, so I am really, really excited to read this. I love Blood and Ash. It's one of my favorite series, so I'm really excited for this prequel series, and the friend that I read Blood and Ash with told me that she liked this one even better, so I'm super, super excited for this one. I don't know a ton about it other than it's a prequel series to the Blood and Ash series, so it's different characters. I'm pretty sure it's one of the... Yeah, I'm not really sure, honestly. But yeah, so super excited about this. Which brings us to, we've got 3 books, we've got 4 more to go, and so far, I'm pretty happy with the 3 we've got. That's good. Alright, next prompt. Okay. 1-word title. Okay, so, books with a 1-word title. What do I have that has a 1-word title? Let me go see. This one was almost hard. I could only find 1 book on my shelves that had 1 word in it, and now I'm starting to get nervous because we're starting to get some series in here. This is Crave, and this is by Tracy Wolff. I only own the first book, so that's good. I didn't know if I was going to like it, so I didn't buy the whole series at once. But I know that this is like a vampire thing. Obviously, it's supposed to look like Twilight, so I'm getting Twilight vibes. It's also told at like an academy, so I'm getting Vampire Academy vibes. Love Twilight. Vampire Academy is okay. Didn't finish the series yet. So we'll see. I've heard mixed reviews on this. I've heard that it's really good YA. I've also heard that it can be a little bit juvenile. And I think I am growing out of YA a little bit. So we'll see. I'm excited. I have wanted to read it for a while. So I'm excited, but we'll see. It's not a 5-star prediction. I'm hoping for a solid 4-star here. That's my goal. Alright, so that brings us to 4. So we have 3 more prompts to choose. Alright, so this one is a book written by an author with the same last name as you. So my last name starts with an M. McManus would have been perfect for that. Alright, somebody that starts with an M. Moss starts with an M. I did say I wanted to continue Throne of Glass. But I don't know that I want to commit to that in a month where I'm also reading multiple other series. Let me think. Now I'm making myself nervous. So the only author on my shelf that I haven't read all of the books by that starts with an M is Sarah J. Maas. So it's time to finish Throne of Glass. Or at least continue it. I started this series last year, and I like it. It's just not my favorite. Like, I like it a lot. I want to finish it, but I got stuck on the Kale thing, or the Kale, or however you pronounce his name. This is a series that I really want to finish, but it is a bit of a commitment. I still have 3 books left to finish. And I really don't want to read Tower of Dawn. Like, I just don't. I don't like the people that it's about at all. So I'm going to read Empire of Storms. And I know I'm going to want to read the other two if I read this one and I get back into it, because that's what happened to me. And then, okay, we're going to do it. It's going to be fine. I'm nervous. I don't know that I'm ready, but we're going to do it. I don't normally wait this long in the middle of a series. Like normally, since it's been almost 6 months since I read the other books, I would start all over from the beginning. But I know if I do that, I won't finish the series ever. So we just need to make it through. Like, I love Sarah J. Maas. ACOTAR is one of my top 3 books of all time. I didn't vibe with Throne of Glass as much. I still love it. I still like it. But it stresses me out a lot more, honestly. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. So this one makes me nervous. So now we have exciting books and nervous book. Okay, cool. This makes me think I should stop at 5, but I've already committed to 7, so we're going 7. All right, next prompt. Oh no. Okay, so I got favorite author again, which means I need to add another book. So, all right, so we gotta do favorite author, and then we now have to do 8 books this month. Okay, okay. Another favorite author. I know what, I'm gonna be nice to myself here. I'm gonna be nice. So this is a book I was gonna read anyways, whether it hit the TBR prompts or not. Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. This is the latest Outlander book by Diana Gabaldon, who is my favorite author of all time. This is my favorite series of all time. And I finished books 7 and 8 last month. It was the first month that I read 2 of them in 1 month, which was a lot. And we thought we were gonna take a break, but I'm ready. I might start this like halfway through February to give myself a little bit of a break, but I was gonna read it anyway, so we might as well be nice and make it part of the official TBR, because this one is quite chunky. All of my other ones are paperback, so this one's 850 something pages, but if you put it next to my special edition paperbacks that I think are the UK editions, it's probably closer to like 1400 pages in those. So okay, so now we have to go to 8 books. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we still need 2 more. Okay, I'm regretting this, but it's fine. Okay, next. Okay. So next we have 5-star prediction. So that's good. Something that I anticipate really liking. And I know what I want to choose, but it's a spin-off and I would want to reread the original series, which is a trilogy, so that would be committing to 4 books. Looking at the pile we have here, we have some pretty long reads, some pretty intense fantasy going on here, and then we have an Outlander book, so I'm not going to torture myself. Alright, 5-star prediction. 5-star prediction. Alright, I'm going to be nice to myself and go with one that I still have high hopes for. I think it could be a 5-star, but it's not super long. Okay, so this is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I've heard really good things about this book from some booktubers that I have super similar tastes to, so I anticipate really liking this. I think it could be a 5-star, but I also know I'm a little bit picky about thrillers, so we're gonna see. I think this could be a 5-star though. Like, I have high hopes for this. I actually don't know anything about it. I just bought it because a YouTuber that I trust bought it and loved it. But so we have Jules Larson. She's got her dream apartment and her worst nightmare. She's an apartment sitter in Manhattan, and this is like an extremely extravagant, famous, but also secretive building. But a fellow apartment sitter in the building goes missing, and then she thinks there are dark forces. Then she's looking into the building's past. Okay, so possibly haunted apartment building? Sure, I think that sounds good. Yeah, I think this has very high potential to be a 5-star if it's done the way I'm hoping that it will be. It all really, in thrillers, the 5-star rating really all depends on the ending. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay, so that's 7. But since I chose the same one twice, we have to do 8. Okay, so last prompt, I hope, for February. Pretty cover. Okay. Okay. Pretty cover. What do I have that has a pretty cover? Again, I know what I want to choose, but I'm not committing to 4 books this month. Unless I end up with extra space. Then I might just read it on its own. Pretty cover. I don't know why I do this to myself. This is a really bad decision, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to read House of Earth and Blood. This will be a reread, but the second book comes out in February, and I'm really excited for it, but I want to reread the first book. And I do really like the cover of this book. I do think it's really pretty. So I'm going to add this one to my now very thick TBR. We have some very thick books on here, and that makes me very nervous. I think we can do it, though. I think we can do it. And I put Outlander on here, the last Outlander book, so I don't have to worry about that. So this basically makes up my TBR. Normally I would then talk about other books I'm planning on reading outside of the TBR prompt, but the only other one that I have is the second Crescent City book, and I don't have it yet. So I don't know if I'll read that in February or in March. It'll depend on when I get through House of Earth and Blood and how I'm doing on the rest of the TBR. So far I have not been given any books to borrow. And I'm not anticipating any NetGalley books this month. So this might be doable. This might be doable. So to recap. Oh wow, this is very heavy. Oh, okay. This is the stack of books that I'm gonna read in February because I am insane. And very weak. Ouch. Okay, so yeah. Wow. Okay, so I am super excited about a lot of these books. I'm very nervous about the size of some of these books. We do have multiple books that are like 800 plus pages, so this is gonna be quite interesting. I think we're gonna need to take this strategically and plan it out how we're gonna do this. All right, so that is my February TBR. Wish me luck on this one. I'm trying to remind myself that I have read 17 books so far in January. I think we can do it because this is not 17, it is 8, but the 17 books I read were not all this long. I mean, I guess I did read 2 Outlander books that were very long. I think we can do it. I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be okay. What I'm most nervous about is if I don't really anticipate not liking any of these. So I'm really nervous about, I'm not gonna want to DNF, or like, I don't think I'm gonna DNF one, so I'm nervous about not being able to unhaul it. So we might need to tweak that rule of what happens if I just don't finish, but didn't like DNF anything. We might need to come up with a new like mini punishment. Maybe I'll add another book in March to make it more chaotic for myself. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I promise I'm ready. Okay, so if you're interested in seeing how I do on reading these 8 slightly chunky books, or if you want to see my January wrap up and see the 17 plus books that I have read in January, that will be coming very, very soon. So hit that subscribe button and you can hit the little bell icon so you're notified when I post, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the